I have this article that I found. I found it. So.
Okay. You look so cute today, I have to say. I just love
thank
you.
Thank you.
A moment for Katie and how cute she is.
Thank you. And I have my Utah mug.
Oh,
Welcome to
that's so
Utah.
cute. That
Yeah.
is adorable. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Video call. The video part of this podcast is gonna make my life so much better because now it feels like we're actually hanging out.
I know. It's so much more fun.
I know.
Love it. But I'm feeling a little bit stressed out because I didn't write an outline for this and we had to move a few things around this week. So we're just going for it. Like,
yeah. This week has been a little. It hasn't been bad. It's just we had an interview scheduled, and then it got canceled last minute because she was sick, and then I was sick, and then Katie was busy, and it just it's Friday.
It's Friday.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. We're recording, and then later today, you will hear this.
Yes, you will.
You will.
So since you showed your mug, should we have our bevy moment? Real quick?
We'll have that first. We'll have that first thing while the coffee is
hot. The coffee is hot.
Well, my Utah mug contains something. It has French press coffee in it, and what I did was I heated up some almond milk and just my Chobani creamer because I'm trying to watch my sugars, so it is unsweetened almond milk with some of the Chobani creamer to add. That it's salted caramel and it's pretty good. So.
Okay, that sounds really good.
Mm-hmm.
I, as you can tell, have drank most of mine.
Oh yes.
It looks gross. It looks gross, but I promise it's good. I made myself a salted maple brown sugar cinnamon latte.
Yummy. I love that. Mm-hmm. That is so yummy. And I want you to make me coffee. You always make it so well. Better than I do.
I want to make you coffee. Vince and I were just talking the other day about when we're going to come see you. And I was like, that needs to be a top priority. So we're trying to figure out when we want to come. I can't wait.
Like I said, the invitation's still open for a 3-year-old's birthday party next
weekend. I know. I was thinking about that. I literally told Vince, I was like, I wish I could surprise her, but
that would be so funny if you did. But I know it's like super short notice. But
if you were like 8 hours, I would be there.
Yeah, I know it's so much easier, but it's more like 20. So
yes.
But it's my daughter's real birthday today. Her birthday party is going to be next weekend when Isaac, my husband, when he is more available, like the entire day. But this morning, it's so cute. He took the kids to breakfast for a special little birthday breakfast for Ivy.
That's adorable.
And so I'm really excited for them. And then yesterday I took them to ice cream. So we each have like our own little birthday shenanigans thing, and she opened her gift this morning. It was this little baby that goes in a little like baby carrier, and
so cute.
I got her her first Lip Smackers
oh my gosh.
lip balm, which is in the shape of a unicorn. So
oh my gosh, I love it. I love it so much.
So it's going well for her this morning. She's 3
I bet.
And happy to be free. She's living it.
That's awesome. Well, guys, before we get into today's topic, I have a special guest.
Okay. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Is it your coffee plant?
Yeah, if you guys are listening, I'm showing my little Arabica or Arabica, whatever. Arabica, I'm pretty sure. I've heard it both ways, but this is her. This is she.
Very good.
I'm excited.
So it's a she. I know you posted on our Instagram, like, for people to like say what you should name this plant. So it's a her. Did you decide on the name?
No, I was thinking Ari because it's like, you know, kind of short for
For like Arabica.
yeah, or like Aria, kind of maybe.
Yeah, that's
Do
cute.
we like that?
I like
Yeah.
Aria the. We'll have to name her. I think Aria the
The
Arabica.
yeah, Aria the Arabica.
That's cute. If it was a boy, I suggested Emilio, but it
I know, and
sounds
I
like
liked that. I liked that. Okay. All right, guys, and one more thing before we get into our episode. Let's do coffee news. This is a
oh,
moment on our show where we take to talk to you guys about the latest things that are going on in the coffee industry. So I'm just gonna read a couple.
very good.
So this is more of a market update. So El Nino concerns. So there's a usually high moisture in early flowering Brazil are raising bean quality concerns and pushing Arabica futures higher. So there's that. The specialty coffee consumption in the U.S. is holding steady at a record of 47%.
Oh, okay. I like it.
And a couple more things, industry-related news. We've got a Starbucks lawsuit once again. Are we shocked?
Nope.
A California woman filed a negligence lawsuit against Starbucks seeking damages after a popping lid caused severe second-degree burns. Guys, can we move on from this lawsuit? I'm tired of hearing this specific lawsuit. Like, we know coffee's hot, we know that the lids can pop off, and we know it can burn you. That's why the lids say caution, contents are hot.
Yeah, caution. Coffee's hot. The coffee's hot. I mean, just I mean, I know that if you got third degree burns from coffee, that would be really unfortunate.
Yes.
But maybe stop getting so crazy, like with your coffee. Just
Check
calm
your
down.
lids.
Check your lids.
Check your lids. Yeah.
I don't know.
And then the last little bit I have is a new equipment update from Victoria Arduino. They introduced a record, a new take on under-counter espresso systems. We had a Victoria Arduino machine at Simplyport a while ago. We ended with a Simonelli machine, but we did have a Victoria Arduino machine, so that's awesome for them. And that is my little news segment.
That is awesome. You're like a coffee news anchor. So, that's your new
My
job.
dream. It's my new dream of life. That's all I want to be.
Put it on your LinkedIn profile with your new job.
Yes. Katie, I'm gonna let Katie introduce the episode and what we're talking about because this is literally like her job. Like this is what she does for people. Kind of.
Kind of. Yeah, so like a little background on what I do a little bit if you didn't already know, if you haven't listened to previous episodes. So I am basically like a content strategist. And what that means is like I'm kind of like a combination of like a content writer and somebody who can put like your content together and have it work together in a way that makes your business seen and heard and your brand voice consistent. So that's pretty much like what I do for people. And part of my services is social media. And so in a lot of ways, I can act as a social media manager for people if they just want social media done, not all the things. Mm-hmm. So yeah, so this is a big topic because when it comes to coffee, I don't know, coffee businesses, like whether you're selling like online, you're a brick and mortar shop, like you're a roaster or you're like a coffee shop, social media is pretty important, you know, part of it because coffee is so visual and being places like TikTok and Instagram especially are really important, and creating a community around your coffee shop or your coffee business is really important. So yeah. So that's
you guys are in good hands. You're in good hands with her. She's got it all. She's gonna give you advice. She's given me tons of advice when I had social media stuff with Simplyport. She used to help me with my website. She helped me with my SEO stuff, and it really drove some traffic to our sites. So if you want to know the ins and outs of what we're gonna talk about today, then you're in good hands with Katie. So, what are we
Well,
talking about today, Katie?
well, I think what we're going to be talking about pretty much is like is social media like what role does social media play like in the coffee industry like in itself?
Mm-hmm.
Is that kind of what you were thinking about today? That's kind of what
Yeah.
I thought like when
Yeah.
you because Melissa, this was Melissa's idea to talk about this. When we have our little idea thread on Discord, we had this whole like list of ideas, and she posted this one.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So
Yeah.
we're gonna talk a little bit about, I think, just as like a little overview, pretty much like we're just gonna kind of dive into how social media like impacts like the coffee industry, how it could impact you if you are a business within the coffee industry.
Yep.
We're gonna have a little sidebar about influencer marketing and maybe
Ooh.
a few opinions about that, and then end on maybe some of our personal reflections. So, what do you think?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
And I also had a couple things that when we get there, I'll talk about like why you should kind of be on social media if you're a coffee shop. I've got a few pros and cons.
Okay.
Spoiler alert, there's not a lot of cons.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
yeah.
Um, so I think what we should start with is the question is, well, how does social media impact the coffee industry? Like, how is it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like, I guess talking a little bit about like how has it changed it, and then how does it strengthen it? I guess is something that I want to talk about.
Yeah.
So I want to pose that question to you first, Melissa, because I want to hear like what you think, and then I'm gonna say like what I had planned. But how do you think like social media has impacted the coffee industry?
Uh, I think it's actually brought a lot of awareness to the coffee industry because if you think about it, social media is where you can show what you're doing. You know, we've got a lot of TikToks of people doing like a day in the life of a barista or a day in the life of a baker, or this is like work the morning rush with me and
Mm-hmm.
see what kind of coffees we make. And I think that not only has it drove more people to want to be a barista, but it shows the creativity of the culture. And I think that that is a really important thing and a positive thing that social media has really been able to do for the coffee industry because it's created a whole community of people that can share their craft in a visual way.
Yeah, yeah, I agree because there's kind of like different sections to what people are doing in the coffee industry on social media. There's
Yeah.
the independent creators that are doing coffee from their kitchens that are getting like millions of followers, right? And they're like
Yes.
at home baristas and they have like these, and we'll talk a little bit about that. That's a little bit about like influencer marketing. And then we have like and then we have actual brick and mortar coffee shops that are going viral doing like social media and doing that.
Yeah.
Now, I have a lot of opinions about like trends and that kind of thing because
Okay.
I think a lot of the time coffee shops can get really or just businesses in general, they can be like, "Oh, like we need to do everything. We need to do all the trends, like we need to figure this out." And while that's important and I think that it is cute. I mean, like I just went to a coffee shop the other day, Rustic Rock Coffee, and I picked up, which is just there in Shelley, Idaho, where I live, and they were in the middle of doing a TikTok when I pulled up, and it was real
Aw.
and it was really cute. And they were like, "Oh my gosh, like we feel awkward." I was like, "Don't even worry about it. Like keep, doing your thing," because they weren't busy or anything.
I
And
love that.
I would just like, yeah, like some of that stuff, is great. And actually, Rustic Rock themselves, they have a really great social media that the girls do,
They do.
that the baristas do.
They do.
And
It's very cute.
and what I think it works for them because it's really on brand for them because they have like this young energy. It's like all
Hmm.
women that work there. There's not a ton of masculine energy. It's very girly and that kind of thing. So I love their aesthetic. I love all of that. So, but those trends that they do, I think what you have to ask yourself, whatever business you're doing, but we're talking coffee here, you have to make sure that it aligns with your brand before you jump on any trend because it's just really important because if you're doing something that's not aligned with what your brand is, then it's not going to do anything for you. So I think
Yeah.
people need to be wary of that. So in the just I don't know, sometimes like it's less about going viral and just more about staying true to like what your brand is and keeping the conversation going. That's what social media is. It's an ongoing conversation that never ends. And so
Yeah.
the
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Like what Katie said, it's important to stay true to your brand. I've seen some coffee shops that don't do that, and it's very, I don't know, it rubs me the wrong way, because I'm like, I just feel like, okay, if your brand is like flowers, for example, and then you post a TikTok about like, I don't know, like gothic stuff, your following, who you built based off that aesthetic, is going to be like, what's going on?
Yeah, like, why are we, like,
yeah,
like, what are we doing? I think, it's very important to stay true to that. And I think all brands need to do that, because what happens is, I see it everywhere, where someone hops on a trend and I'm like, oh wow, that was not a good choice, like, for your brand.
yes,
It doesn't align. And it's interesting, because sometimes you can't even quite pinpoint what doesn't align, but you just know that it's off. So
yeah,
I think just having a really firm grasp on what your brand voice is, visually, like what your brand looks like, and all of that is really, really important, so you just don't throw random stuff out there.
yeah,
And those people that have like larger followings that love them, that create a community, of people that love them, I think that they really hold true to that, because it's one, to make a huge community, but one, to make a community that really, really loves you, because you attracted the right people.
absolutely. I couldn't have said it better myself.
So, so that's what I think about trends. But yeah, when it comes to that, I think other ways that social media has impacted the coffee industry is, I don't know, I think that we've made beautiful cafes just
Yes.
more accessible for everyone.
Yeah,
which
absolutely.
is amazing. So I really enjoyed that, because before, I don't know, I mean, before social media, you weren't able to experience a cafe unless you went there or you lived close, or you can visit their website. But sometimes I think the social media aspect, especially like the more visual TikTok and Instagram especially, are places where coffee people, I think, need to be.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it just creates a beautiful experience for everyone. And people now are I think, I don't know, I mean, I could look this up. Again, this is not based in data, but I feel like people are traveling more than they ever have, ever.
Yeah,
Because
I agree.
I mean, I could look that up, but like, there's people who can work remotely. I mean, I'm one of them. I work remotely. I could, if I didn't have, like, I mean, if I wasn't rooted here, like with my kids and all of that, which I love, obviously, I love the fact that I can be flexible with them. But if I wasn't, I could travel wherever. I still could, with my family, technically, because my work, I can take my work with me. So a lot of people are like that now, where they can take their work with them, and they've never traveled. People are living in vans. Like, it's a trend where we're filming our van life and we're going all these places, right? So
Yeah.
I think that coffee shops especially, I mean, like, it seems silly, but like, guys, I mean, like the coffee news just said, I mean, we're steady
We are.
at 47%. I mean, that's almost half of people. You have a market there of travelers that are coming into your town.
Yep.
And you're missing out on them if you're not putting all your stuff out there, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
So,
That's why when I had Simply Poured, we had a lot of travelers. It was actually like a pretty decent percentage of our customers was a lot of travelers. And a lot of them would say that they just like found us on social media and wanted to come check us out. And it was really cool. So, yeah.
And it just makes you more real and personable, I think.
Yes.
You have a great website, but if you have if you haven't put much thought into your website, maybe it's just kind of there. You don't have a social media presence. I mean, I think more people are gonna end up going to a coffee shop that's more visual, and that they can find on social media, unless you're not a social media person, which I get. Like,
right.
But yeah, so I think that it just creates I don't know. Yeah, we're making cafes just so much more accessible, like where we can experience them. And so that's what I think.
Should I really quickly go over my little list of like pros for putting you on social media? Would this be a good time? I feel like it
Yeah.
would tie in a little bit. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I want to hear what you found too. Okay, so here are some of the pros of being on social media. So number one is going to be your direct customer discovery and foot traffic, which is kind of what we were just talking about. So over 62% of consumers check a hospitality business socials profile before they visit, which I'm one of those people. If you don't have a social media, I'm not coming.
There you go.
Like, I need to see it. I need to see you can have latte art. Okay, if you're part of our Facebook page, you saw my rant about latte art. I'm tired of going to... I've been traveling a lot lately. I'm tired of going to all of these coffee shops that are, like, local and, like, higher end and not getting latte art on my coffee. I'm tired of it. Like...
Yeah.
I know this is an unpopular opinion according to our Facebook discussions. A lot of people were like, I don't really care. I care.
I deeply care.
Yeah, Katie and I both really care. And then also, just to have a digital storefront, you know, where people can see what you have. And then two, brand building and storytelling. So you can kind of show the, like, behind the scenes things, like, you know, behind the beans or barista skills or cafe culture through social media, and people like to see those things. It makes you feel more relatable to them. And then three is community engagement and loyalty. You start to build an even more loyal customer base when you're on social media, because then they can see your TikToks, they can see your Instagram posts. They're like, oh, that looks really good. I'm gonna go there and get that, you know. And then they can expect content of what you have currently, or what you're doing, or, you know, how the atmosphere is. For competitive advantage, so it kind of differentiates you from chains, which is very important nowadays because the chains are really affecting small businesses, small coffee shops. And you know what, guys, like Starbucks, they have a really popular TikTok too, like lots of Starbucks baristas, so you want to make sure you're competing with that. And then five is, it's basically virtually free marketing. You can pay to boost things, and I'm sure there's things you can pay for, but for the most part, you don't have to pay anything. You might have to use supplies, but it's a free way to market yourself. And six, the local SEO and search visibility, it goes up when you have a big if you have
following
and stuff like that. Yeah.
If you're on social media at all, it helps, because actually recently, within the last year, social media platforms have now started to rank on Google, and that wasn't always true. So, because a lot of the time social media would act as its own, like, search engine, because you could search TikTok, you can search Instagram, and you still can do all those things, but now they show up on Google searches. So technically your post or video or whatever could show up on Google search engines depending on what it is.
Yeah. And then I had two cons, if you really want to call them cons. I kind of really had to search hard, you know, for these, because I was like, I don't really know that there are many cons. But if I had to say cons, loss of authenticity and brand loyalty whenever you're copying other people, which to me, that doesn't really matter. Like, if it's a TikTok trend, it's a TikTok trend. If it's an Instagram trend, it's an Instagram trend. Like, everybody's going to copy it anyway. So I guess that could be a con. And the last one is forced Instagrammable, like, posts. So I guess if you're, you know, that could be a con if you're forcing it. You know, be authentic with your posts, be authentic with your menus and stuff like that. But that's really all I had to say about it. For the most part, I don't really think there's many downsides of being available on social media for people. So that's my little spiel.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with all of that. I think that there's a really positive side, you know, to it. And I mean, I'd love to see more coffee in my feed versus other things. So if you're a coffee business, I want to see you out there, you know, rather than maybe other things. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree.
But I also wanted to talk a little bit about, this is something kind of interesting related to this topic, about influencer marketing, with and how it impacts like specialty coffee and like just the coffee industry in general. Now, influencer marketing, basically, if you don't know what it is, you might not. I mean, it's kind of been a newer thing that's developed in the last, I don't know. I mean, it's been going for for a while, but maybe within it's real. I think it's really like grown within the last 5 years or so.
Yeah, I would say so.
And this is so influencer marketing is basically an influencer who has a following, like a audience of people that, and then a company partners with them and they can advertise their product on their platform that they've built themselves, and then they pay, and they can pay people, the influencer, to have these brand partnerships. Now, if you might already know what this is. You might be like, okay, like Katie, like we all know what that is. Some people might not. I don't know.
Just in case, yeah.
Just in case, like, some people might not. So, and it is changing the coffee industry specifically, like for sure. And like pretty much all industries. So this is pretty crazy. There are 90, what does it say here? I have an article pulled up from the Perfect Daily Grind that was published this year. So influencer marketing plays like a huge role in just like companies in general, like marketing strategy. So up to 93% like of marketers, so people who like work for companies or like whatever as marketers, use influencers for like use influencers to market their product or service.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
that's a lot of marketers that are using influencers. Like that's so many, which is why you see like, how there are people, I mean, maybe even people that you might know. I know there was a gal that popped up for me that I hadn't seen her since high school or whatever, and then all of a sudden she's popping up on my Instagram, and she's doing influencer marketing, and she's like, I'm like, oh, okay, that's crazy,
Yeah.
So it's just like a lot of people are doing it. I will say it probably is becoming a little saturated,
yeah,
like
absolutely. Yeah.
But it is a huge, it's a huge thing that's happening. So basically, content creators, kind of going back to what I said, there's the brick and mortar businesses, and now we've got all these coffee creators, which is really, really cool. Like I love how there's just people in their kitchens doing coffee, and they're being able to partner with really cool brands. Like that's amazing. So I think these content creators are actually like shifting the coffee industry a lot, because not only are they teaching people to make their own coffee at home, and they can sell their own digital products, they can do all of that, but they're also partnering with big companies, whatever the case is. Maybe it's like espresso machines, like maybe Ninja, like Ninja came out with like a espresso machine. Like I saw that one, all these different kinds of companies are partnering with them. They're just changing the coffee industry with both education and which companies they partner with. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a place for it for influencers, but I think the influencer culture is getting a little out of hand, and it's kind of driving me nuts. Like I'm like, okay, so you're unrelatable to everybody.
So who do you think is unrelatable? Is this like coffee specific or just like in general?
Just in general. Like,
Okay.
and I'm not talking about people that are like, oh, I've got a big following and I'm gonna go to this coffee shop to support them. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about influencer marketers who get paid to sell a product, and even if they don't like it or they just haven't tried it, they're gonna push it on you, and they're gonna push it on you, and they're gonna make, I don't know. I feel like they're just a little out of touch lately with financial situations of most people, how most people are living, the amount of times people use things or buy things. I don't know. I've been on a deep dive of that. There's a YouTube channel that I really like. It's called Kiki Chanel. And she talks a lot about out of touch influencers, and I kind of tend to agree with her on a lot of her stances. And but I'm not talking about if you've got a big following genuinely, and then you're like, oh, I'm gonna promote this product because I use it and I like it. And that's kind of what Katie and I want to do in the future too. Is we really want to only push products on you guys that we don't want to push anything on you, but we want to only recommend products that we like and that we use.
Yeah. It has to be super aligned, because we're at this point, like, I think what happens is maybe people put all their, eggs in the influencer basket, and they really want to make it on the influencer side, and then
Yeah.
when they get a brand partnership finally, I mean, think about it. I mean, if you're kind of desperate for money, you're not really going to care if the product sucks or if it's not good or if you don't like it even. You're just going to be
Yeah.
like, "Okay, I'll just do this. I'm doing this as my job and I'm going to make money promoting this product." But
Right.
but you're right. That's where influencer marketing can get really icky. Any
Yeah.
I mean any marketing can get icky. Like that's
Yeah.
the thing. Like any marketing, if you're not being authentic to who you are, any marketing can get really really icky really fast.
Yeah.
So I think it's important if you're one of those people that wants to get into influencer marketing, I don't think just by the definition, I don't think anything's wrong with it. That's I mean like what Melissa and I said, part of what we want to do is eventually promote and make partnerships with like companies that we
Sorry.
love. What? What?
I just
What?
see like this shadow on your mic, and you're just like, I can tell you're getting frustrated by it. And I'm like,
Oh yeah. I'm like, "Ah."
you're like, sorry, sidebar. Oh, I think you muted yourself. There you are. You're back.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay. It's my mic. It decides to turn off. So what I was saying was before my shadow, yeah, because there's like this shadow that's going over my mic like this. It's because I have the sun coming from the window to like light my face to get like better lighting because I'm not an influencer. I don't have an influencer camera, okay? I don't. I rely on sunlight. It's sun. It comes from the sky.
She's. We're authentic, guys.
Mhm. And I might never get one of those lights. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, so what I was saying was, so influencers, they are going back to how can get really icky because you're not doing the work in the way it's intended. You know, you're supposed to be aligned with, the whole idea is to find brands that you're aligned with and your audience can truly benefit from. But if you're being icky because you're kind of desperate for money, then it's like, oh yeah, try like this product, like whatever it is. You don't even like it, but you're like,
Yeah.
sure, you like
Yep.
send it. So I don't think that's the right way to go about it. Like you have to be really authentic. Otherwise, we get what Melissa was talking about where people are like getting desperate. And I get desperate situations. I understand,
Yeah.
you know, but you have to think about, I don't know, who you are like as a person and
Yeah.
what type of people you want to attract to your audience and what if you ever did partnerships, are they truly aligned with
Absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah.
with who you are. So,
Yeah,
anyway.
that's also like that's where I've been at too personally with my little environment that I'm trying to create on my streaming stuff and also our coffee podcast stuff. It's like, you know, you want to make sure that you are being authentic to yourself and that you're not just putting on a fake because you're trying to attract as many people as you can.
Right.
You should want to attract the people who best like who best symbolize your community that you're trying to build so that it is
Yes.
authentic. And I would rather have 4 people that are authentic than 100 people that just are there because you're being fake. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
Personally.
it's so valuable. And I think like the cool thing about influencer marketing is there are people that have created what's called micro communities where they don't have like
Yeah.
millions of followers. They have like I don't know, like 10,000 followers of people that just love them and
Yes.
are they trust them as a
Mm-hmm.
person. They're like, "Oh yeah, this person's like great. If they promoted a product, I would trust them." Because
Yeah.
the cool thing about influencer marketing is like it puts a realness to it. If the person is truly genuine about their love for a product, right? I've
Mm-hmm.
seen it before. I've seen true, genuine, like, oh yeah, like, I love it. It's how they approach it, and you can usually, and like I said before about, I don't know, if it aligns with you, you usually can't pinpoint it exactly like what it is, but you can tell when it's not. When they're, I don't know, I can tell when somebody's being overly dramatic as an influencer. Immediately when someone becomes overly dramatic about something, I'm like, you're lying. Or you're like, um, you're trying to like overcompensate for something because you're really trying to get this product sold because your partnership depends on it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I feel like I'm like, oh, like I sense a little bit of desperation there. I don't like that. I don't know. That's just me. But
I agree. I
yeah.
agree. I agree with that.
Hmm.
Yep.
So, and maybe just because I'm not a very dramatic person, I don't like drama at all. I run away from it. I was just talking to my friend the other day. Oh, it was yesterday. We were walking like with our kids and she asked me like we were basically like talking about like why we were friends and who we connect with. And I was like pretty much I was like, I can't do anybody who's like super dramatic or like really, really super like all over the place.
Yeah.
Like I'm a very like even person. And so if somebody who is in my life where they're like, "Oh, they're mad at me." I can't tell
Mm-hmm.
like I have to guess like why they're upset with me or I have to hold on to this anxiety. I can't do it anymore. And I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, like that's why our friendship works because I don't have to worry about what I say to
Yeah.
make to see if I like set you off to like for you to get mad at me.
Yeah, you
So
reach a certain age where you just don't have time for that stuff anymore.
I
You want
don't.
people that are just gonna tell it to you straight. And
Yeah.
that's how I prefer my social media influencers. Tell it to me straight. If you got a
I
product and you don't like it, tell me. Even if it's
one
subtle. Blink twice if you actually hated that product.
yeah, like seriously, I mean, one somebody who I really, really love in her way that she promotes products. She's actually a podcaster. I wouldn't even consider her like she has followers on social media, but it's because of her podcast, if that
Mm-hmm.
makes sense. She's kind of doing what I want to achieve, pretty much. So on her podcast, like it's really funny because she has ads on her podcast, but they're all like companies that she's talked about non-sponsored within her podcast. So
Oh
like
yeah, okay.
so for example, she's talked about this company called Quince and they're on the podcast a lot. I've heard people like advertise Quince a lot. And they're
Mm-hmm.
like this company that sells like linens and clothing and like all this
Ooh.
stuff. Like really nice clothing for like cheaper than like they have like cashmere stuff that's like cheaper because they sell like at
Ooh.
wholesale. Like it's pretty cool.
That's cool.
So, but she loves it and she's talked about it in her podcast about she has these podcasts about like the things that are saving her life. And her name's Kendra Adachi. She has the Lazy Genius podcast.
Oh, I
Um,
like that podcast.
so she talks about she's like, okay, guys, like I have an ad about this, but she's like, I don't even like I'm gonna talk about it right now because I love it so much. So she'll talk about it in a non-sponsored way, like so
Yeah.
she'll because you can tell that she really loves it. She's like, guys, like I wear this every day, like or I have this, it like saved my life, all this, and you can tell she's so authentic about it and just not I don't know. So it makes me think about like if we were ever to connect with a company, I mean, it would have to be somebody that probably I already use and that I already love.
Hmm.
Um, you know what I mean? Where that's already like in my life
Yeah.
that I truly love.
Yeah,
And
absolutely. Sorry, I had to look up Quince. I was like, I need to see
oh no, you're fine.
what that is.
So I just think I don't know. So I think people who are influencers, they should think about that. They should think who like because at the end of the day, you have to like pitch these people. You got to pursue them a little bit. Sometimes they don't always just fall in your lap.
Yeah.
And so you have to think about what do I already love? What already is naturally like a part of me, that
Yeah.
is just something that I love. What would be a natural extension of me? And go with that. I think that's a really good rule of thumb. Any brand should do that. Like what's a good natural extension of my
Yeah.
brand? And
Yeah.
what makes sense. If it doesn't quite align, if you're trying to force it, it's not going to work, or you shouldn't do it. Yeah.
Absolutely. I agree. That's why, like, I think if Chesapeake Coffee ever wanted to sponsor us, we'd totally be up for that. We both tried it. We both love it. We've talked about it multiple times on the podcast. If Neighbor Lily ever wanted to sponsor us, we
Yes.
would definitely accept that. Like, there are things that we both enjoy that we don't need to pretend about, you know. So,
Yeah.
but yeah. So it's important to get on to be on social media. All that to say, all wrapping that up to say, because there's so much that goes into it, and you're going to increase the people that see you, follow you, come to try you out. I know we're specifically talking about coffee shops and stuff, but this goes for every business. You should be on social media. When I meet a business owner who tells me that they're not on like TikTok or Instagram and they have a hospitality business, I'm like, you need to do it. Oh, I don't like it. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Hire
Post
someone.
A picture. Yeah, exactly. We had that when I was too busy and I couldn't do it all the time. I hired somebody and they took care of all of our social media stuff until I could take it back over. So it was worth it.
Hire someone, you know. I mean, it's just something that it's now part of marketing, and
Yes, it is.
I mean, yeah, do what's aligned with you. Do what you need to do. I mean, don't feel like also something too with social media. I know a lot of people that are like, how to grow your social media following. It does not have to be all or nothing. You don't have to post every day.
Yeah.
You don't like you could post like once a week and that would be fine. You could post twice a week and that's fine. If you wanted to post every day, great. You know, it's all about consistency. Where in which place can you be the most consistent and just go with that, because that's what's going to work. That's what's going to work for you. Because the thing about social media marketing, it is what we call top of funnel content, which when you bring someone through your journey, like through the customer journey, top of funnel is like where they see you first typically. So top of funnel would be, social media a lot is where they see you first, and then you bring them down to your offer, like what you want them to do, which is either like visit your coffee shop, buy your product, do your service, like whatever. And it's just an ongoing conversation. Not all social media posts are going to convert directly into a sale. It's all about just having that conversation going. It's the visibility factor of it, that top of funnel content. So don't get too precious about it, because not every post has to be perfect. You have to go kind of along the way and experiment a little bit, and that's okay. You know, there's not one formula that works for every single person. Like, you have to figure out what works best for you. And so,
What I found too is that whenever we would make a post that was like, oh, I don't have time, just take a picture of this, post it. Those posts always did better than the ones where it's like we worked hard on, you know?
Yeah, it's like we really thought about this. I know.
Yeah.
I think sometimes if you try a little too hard, it can come off as inauthentic, and so
Exactly. That's what we were just talking about too.
yeah. So just have it be a natural extension of you. Don't try to pigeonhole yourself into a particular way. Have it be a natural extension of you or your brand, however you're trying to like grow your following, you know.
Yeah.
And it's not always going to be perfect. I know for me, I'm not always perfect with it, but I don't know. It's just one of those things that people have courses on this kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
But I love courses. I help people sell courses. But sometimes when people sell courses about social media, I get a little wary of them, where they advertise like, this is how you do this, and I'm like, but there's so many ways.
Yeah.
How do you have the best way? Like, because you don't. I don't know.
You don't. And
You don't.
I always used to say too, and I still say this a lot, that there's no one way to get things done typically most of the time. So as long as you're coming to the end goal and the end goal is the same, it doesn't really matter how you get there. Everybody is different, everybody learns different, everybody works different. It's one of the things that I would say whenever I was training people is there'd be a lot of arguments about, oh, well, this is how we do it, this is how we do it. And I'm like, it doesn't matter. If you want to do it the longer way, because that's how you, that makes you feel better, then do it that way as long as you get to the same end result. You know, and then, you know, they get there eventually, you know? Like...
Yeah. Do it and make sure it's, you know, aligned and feels right. And only you can know that. Whether you're a business owner for your brand, you're part of a team for a certain brand, or you're just yourself maybe even trying to go into the influencer marketing type deal. I mean, it's just one of those things, which like kind of got me thinking about our episode about Nespresso and about how everything, like, we figured out about that. And I was thinking, I was like, if Nespresso ever approached me
No.
to be a brand partner, I would be like,
kick rocks.
Not after
Get
the
it?
episode we posted. They're not approaching us.
They won't be. No, they won't. They will not be. We're gonna make sure they don't. We'll do everything we can to make sure
If
they
they
don't.
do, we'll make an episode about how we're not doing it.
I know. I see some influencers in different spaces, even like just lifestyle, where people like film themselves getting ready in the morning or whatever, and they click on the Nespresso machine. And then I see a little ad pop up that says "Shop this
Uh-huh.
reel." Have you seen that? That is
Yeah,
crazy.
it drives
And
me nuts.
you can click on the Nespresso, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like don't buy it.
Okay, well, don't forget to follow us on our socials. We have Instagram, we have Facebook, we have a website. And don't forget to, well, you're still working on the email list, so hold off on that. We're revamping. And guys, thank you so much for being here, and we love you. If you've stayed this long, Katie really loves you. Oh, and follow us on Spotify and YouTube. Those are the two areas where you can help us out the most. Follow us on Spotify, follow us on YouTube. Thank you to everyone. We've gotten a couple new followers the last couple weeks. Thank you to everyone so much for being here and supporting